Alright, spontaneous speaking video 88. Alright, y'all, so this is going to be just a quick video because I had an epiphany this morning, and I'm not here to say that I'm like the first person to realize this. In fact, this may even be already like a known fact, but it hit me today. And so I just wanted to share it with y'all, just in case if maybe a few of you probably hadn't thought about it this way. But for those of you who already knew this and are like, duh, Denzel, well then I'm late, I admit it in advance. So anyway, let me go ahead and share it. I always hear how FE is more broad, extroverted feeling, is more broad, and then FI is more deep in a way. And I definitely understand how that is the case. Just like, like TE also is more broad, and then TI is more, in depth in a way. Essentially saying that TI and FI are more nuanced, while FE and TE are just more like general. And to an extent, that's all true. But I think that it hit me today, being that Jamila is an ISFP, so she's an FI dominant, I'm an FE dominant, so I'm always seeing the similarities and differences between FE and FI, especially since her and I both value SE and NI. So I just get to like totally focus on FE versus FI without the influence of like other functions that you get my point. So in observing Jamila and me, and then seeing how that might relate to like the theories that I read and stuff that I see in real life and all of that, I came to the conclusion, actually I crafted this as a tweet, so let me find it so that I can state it in proper terms and then I can go from there. But okay, I actually don't think that I would find it as quickly. Yeah, probably not. Alright, well, it's okay. Essentially, what I said was that FE and FI are both nuanced in their own ways. Essentially, FI is looking at the nuance of emotions and values. So they're going into themselves and looking at the different, like I always refer to like a painter's palette, like for every, it's not just, I have happy, sad, angry, frustrated, whatever on my palette, but it's like if you want anger, then they have a whole different palette of all of the shades of anger. And so it's not just like all of the emotions are on one palette, but it's more of like they have a palette for every emotion, so they can give you different shades of that emotion. That's how I see FI. In the same sense, I believe they do this also with their values, and this is how they like get their values and everything that they stick to. Now that's their way of like doing like nuance. While someone like me as an FE user, I personally kind of like see emotions and value, like see it almost like binary in a way, like, oh, you're either happy or you're not, you're either angry or you're not, kind of like that. I'm not really like looking at all the shades, so that's more of like the general sense of what it is. However, in the same way that FI is looking at the nuance in values and emotions, like human emotion or motivations, I believe that FE is looking at the nuance in interpersonal connections, and I wish I could find what I said. I'm probably gonna find it, and I'm just gonna write it down. Like I'm just gonna put it down like right now. You guys are probably like reading it like, right now. But yeah, pretty much interpersonal connections and whatever that other word is that I could not remember at the moment. That's right down there. Because essentially what I realized is that FI users tend to see connections as binary. Like, okay, either I love this person or I don't. Either me and this person are best friends or we're not. Either we're romantic or we're platonic. Like, it's very black and white with them on how they connect to people. While for me, I've realized as an FE user, and you guys can definitely let me know how y'all identify with this. I'm always talking to, especially Jamila as an FI dominant. I'm like, okay, but no, because Jamila will just say like, well, obviously they like each other, and I'm like, I mean, sorta, but not really. I feel like they're at the stage where it's like, this, that, and so it's not necessarily just strictly platonic, but it's also not necessarily romantic either. But it's more of like this, blah blah blah, and then she's like, so they like each other. I'm like, but no, just in the same way as I can just be like, well, clearly that person's just angry. She's like, well, no, but it's not just angry. It's more of like this. I can't even use examples because she gets so nuanced with like emotions and stuff like that. So I think that FE and FI, in essence, are both general in different senses, and are also both nuanced in different senses. But just like every function, they focus on different things. So FI focuses on the nuance and depth of the values that the FI user may have, or that humans may have in general, the values and the emotions, while FE users are focusing in depth on the connections and different styles of relationships, like the way that we may relate to each other. It's not just romantic versus platonic. It's not just like a binary thing. There's like a whole process. There's like a whole palette of nuance for like these certain types of dynamics that people have. Like I think like another example maybe even could be like categorizing like the difference between friend, stranger, best friend, intimate, stuff like that, which for me I do all the time. Like I literally like I have like a list on my phone of like my closest intimates, and then I have people who like I kind of like go down this category in a way, and I don't like work on it like repeatedly, but it was just something that I kind of like went ahead to do, just to like because I'm observing my connection with certain people, and I'm observing like like, and I'm analyzing it in that sense. Like, okay, these are the people that I've grouped in this certain category, and this is the type of relationship that I have with them, with this individual person. And this is the type of relationship I have with that individual person. It's not just acquaintance and best friend, or acquaintance, friend, best friend, but like there's like a whole array of nuance. And I even also believe that the more, just like not every FI user has like several colors on their painter's palette of every emotion, every value. It's the ones who have most developed their FI, that the more developed that your FI becomes, the more shades of each emotion, of each value that you'll have on your palette. In the same sense, I believe that the more developed, the more mature of an FE user that you become, the more you're able to see less of the black and white in these interconnected dynamics, but more of the nuance behind that because of because of TI, helping it become like nuanced in a way. So, and I'm pretty sure also, by the way, that there's a way in where TI and TE can have like that same type of thing, but I have not hit that epiphany just yet because I just had this one this morning and I'm still diving into that. But I wanted to, probably as Dave Superpowers would say, blast this out to you guys while it was still fresh in my mind. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I want to know what you guys think, and feel free to leave your comments, questions, concerns. I'm currently actually uploading a video where I'm redefining all of the cognitive functions, because I found that to be a big problem in the MBTI, in the Myers-Briggs community, where people, it's almost like because we have not really defined our terms, then when we argue, then we don't know that we're arguing about something that we're both like kind of like hitting the mark. And so if we at least can like agree on the exact precise thing that we're arguing about, then we can more properly distinguish what exactly we agree and disagree on, and have more fruitful discussions and debate on that. So I'm just setting like a platform for whoever cares. on me redefining the terms. And I say redefining because I actually already made a video about 2 to 3 years ago of the cognitive functions, defining them in my own words. But now that I'm more seasoned, then I wanted to add on to that. So not even like replacing it, but just adding on while restating what I've probably said in those videos. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. The judging functions one is uploading right now. I don't know when I'm going to allow it to premiere. And I'm going to also edit the perceiving function one. But chew on this video while you can and be waiting for that. I think that's about all. So thanks for watching.